What's up? It's Flow. So, day 22 was Indie Dance. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. The playlist in the description below. Very cool track. I enjoyed that one a lot. I think Indie Dance is just a cool little mix of having some ambient stuff happening while also getting like the dance groove happening. It was just a lot of fun to make. Now we're moving on to day 23. I already made the prompt. I already have everything ready. So we're just going to do a review and we're going to go over everything we did. All right. So day 23, we got Cumbia Electronica. BPM 90, key signature A minor, time signature 4/4. Musical obstacles include a traditional Latin American instrument like a guiro, maracas, or accordion, sampled or synthesized. Add a melodic lead using a minor pentatonic scale, and create a rhythm break where percussion takes center stage for at least 8 bars. Now, Cumbia Electronica emerges from Latin America, evolving from the club scenes. The music I listened to was really cool. It's also something I'm rather familiar with, I would say. At least for me growing up, Cumbia was kind of always in the background, if that made sense. And it's something that has definitely influenced my music as I grew up. So it's nice to kind of go back to my roots and see what I can do with it. So let's check out the track. All right, so here's the track. It's pretty straightforward. So it's an A minor. We used 2 chords the whole time. Pretty straightforward, right? And we have a bunch of Latin drums happening in the background. So I'm gonna start playing it and I'll break it down for you.
Ya no me buscas, ya no soy igual. Deja tus sombras en el vendaval. Promesas rotas flotan en el mar. Yo soy más fuerte, no voy a mirar. Ya.
Cool. So right off the bat, we have the rhythm, which I believe is like the main melody. It's just going the whole time. Then we have our bass line. So let's go straight to the bass. Pretty straightforward too. And then our drums. And then we have our lyrics, of course. And so like the main part of like Cumbia Electronica is also kind of like more of a modern take of, I guess you can kind of say like rapping lyrics in a way. There's nothing really melodically sung too often in Cumbia Electronica. Of course there could be. In fact, I have some melodic singing happening here. However, for the most part, it is like more spoken. And so, yeah, that's what I went with here.
Promesas rotas flotan en el mar. Yo soy más fuerte, no voy a mirar. Ya no me importa lo que quedó. Las cicatrices me las cura el sol. Hoy camino sin mirar atrás. Tus cadenas ya no pesan más. Cada paso que doy me alejo de ti. No hay regreso. Aprendí a vivir. No vuelvas más. No vuelvas más.
Cool. So, as we get into like the chorus, the only thing that gets added, so the drums change. The drums switch to this. A little bit more of a bump, right? And then there's Latin percussion in the background. And that's combined. I don't want to take away from like the modern aspect of cumbia. So we keep that as like natural as we can without making it too electronic. And then of course the guitar upstrumming in the background with it. Very cumbia. And the only thing I have is just building harmonies on the vocals, and then it goes into an organ / accordion solo. And that builds to the end where the drum break is, and then we'll break that down one more time.
No vuelvas más, no vuelvas más, no vuelvas más. vuelvas más, no vuelvas más.
There's harmonies between the organ and the accordion, and I think that kind of like makes it. I think that's like the typical sound that you hear. And so like the organ, I also made sure that the modulation is all the way up. So what is it? Right. I'm gonna make a second one so I don't mess this up, but essentially, right? Without the modulation, it's pretty straightforward. Modulation all the way up, right? And I think that's like the typical cumbia sound that you hear. And so that's what I went with, and the harmonies are on the accordion. And so that solo goes on for a second, right? We're hitting our parameters. We're including the Latin instruments, gyro, accordion, right? We have a melodic lead using a minor pentatonic scale, which this isn't a minor pentatonic scale. And next is the rhythm breakdown, where the percussion center stage for at least 8 bars. And for this part, all I really did was just grab a Latin percussion instrument that I have. So, right? And all I did was kind of just like solo over it, over like the track. And I just improvised it, really. I think it starts something like this. I just kind of went for it. So you'll hear what that sounds like. 8 bars. And then
No vuelvas más, no vuelvas más, no vuelvas más, no vuelvas más.
and that's literally it. It ends at the end with the guitar and the bass. Done. Fade to the end. Not even fade to the end. We just make it naturally fade with the last. Boom. Done. Cumbia Electronica. So yeah, like I said, pretty straightforward. I did what I could with it. I had a lot of fun making it, to be honest. Like I said, this brings back my roots growing up in a Spanish household and hearing cumbia. I've heard so many different kind of Spanish genres growing up. So this is definitely something that just like was playing on a Saturday morning. So yeah, it's a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the vibes and make sure you stick around. We have pretty much just 1 week left of this 30-day challenge. So you don't want to miss out. We got some great things coming. What are the genres? I have no idea, but we're going to make some music and we're going to do all 30 days. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I got some cool things on the way after the 30-day challenge and just music every day, all the time. It's just my vibe. So yeah, thanks again. I appreciate it and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.